Geoffrey, you are the founding father of the Island Games.
That's correct, here he is.
How did it all start, Geoffrey?
You have to go back to 1983. The Isle of Man government decided that they would have a year of sport in 1985. They decided on that, providing they had one mini games included in that 12-month programme. So that was agreed, and so we went ahead. And I just returned to the Isle of Man, where I was born, and I was appointed the organising director for the 1985 year of sport, which of course included organising the first Island Games in July 1985.
So what do you remember from the first Island Games, which were in Man 85?
It was an exciting... We didn't know what to expect, to be quite honest, Harry. And funny enough, the first people to come into my office in 1985 was John Keir and Benty. They were the first people to come in, and of course I've known them ever since. So it was a very exciting time when all the islands arrived. And after 2 or 3 days, the chemistry was there. Everybody was so excited. Being islanders, they all got on. They all had the same background. They all got on extremely well. So we had some very exciting competitions, but the social side was very good indeed. And it was a marvellous week. The weather was good, fortunately. We don't always get good weather in the Isle of Man, probably like the Faroes. But we had a lovely opening ceremony, very similar to the one. And at the end of the day, we had 700 athletes turn up from 15 islands, and we had 7 sports. And at the end of the week, it was so successful that we met in a hotel, the team managers. We had about a 5-minute meeting, and it was decided unanimously that we would set up an Island Games Association. The games would be held every 2 years, what we call biennially, from there, and that the headquarters would actually remain on the Isle of Man. And in fact, it was John Keir, who was at that meeting, and he was immediately elected onto the executive committee, and he's been on ever since, actually. Now, that evening we had the final closing ceremony. We did something quite exciting there, which was quite unique. We had a half marathon, and we finished in a huge dance hall in Douglas. That was the finish. The runners came up, and everybody was actually up there waiting for them. And as they entered the dance hall, we had the music of Chariots of Fire as they entered the hall. That was really very impressive.